So in today's video, we're going to be covering weight loss calculations and digging a little bit behind these numbers you may have heard, like running a 500 or 1000 calorie deficit. So you understand them a little bit better, and with more information, you're empowered to go after your health in the right way for you. When it comes to health and wellness, I believe in learning hard skills and applying them softly. But in this video, we're going to be focusing primarily on the learning and skill element. And the softer side, I'm going to record in another video. I'm going to try and link somewhere here or in the end credits of this video. The other thing to note just before we move on is you're going to see the notation of kcalories, kilocalories, which in most common forms we refer to just as calories. So if you see that, don't let it confuse you. Kcalories, 1000 calories, kilocalories is the same as what we normally in everyday life just refer to as calories. So let's dive straight into these weight loss calculations. You've probably heard of these numbers. So if you run a 500 calorie deficit a day, that's eating 500 calories less than your daily requirement, you're going to lose roughly half a kilogram to 1.1 pounds per week. If you're going more on the extreme end and you cut 1000 calories out of your diet a day, then by the end of the week, you're going to be looking at losing 1 kilogram or 2.2 pounds that week. But often I don't hear people explaining where this calculation comes from. So if you understand macros, and if you don't, we're going to do a quick little recap right now. From 1 gram of protein, you get 4 calories. It's the same for carbs. 1 gram of carbs, you get 4 calories. And for fats, for 1 gram, you get 9 calories. Fats tend to be the most energy dense as we know it. But the difference is, once you consume and eat fat and it's stored in the body, and of course we're trying to lose fat mass from our body, fat is stored slightly differently to it is in food, and it becomes less calorie dense. And in the body, because it might be holding on to more water or other molecules, for 1 gram of fat, you get 7 calories instead of the 9 in the food. So if we factor this into our calculation and say we're going to try to lose half a kilogram, which is 500 grams, and we times that by 7 calories per gram, then we get 3,500 calories that we would have to cut in order to lose 500 grams or half a kilogram. And the same can be applied to the 1000 kilograms. So if you want to lose 1 kilogram a week, that's 1000 grams. We times the 7 calories that every gram of fat in our body holds by the 1000 grams we want to lose. So that's 7,000 calories we need to cut from our body or diet in order to create a calorie deficit. Well, over the course of the week, it's really useful that the number 7 comes up again, because we just divide 7,000 calories we need to cut from our diet in a week by 7 days a week, and it becomes 1000 calories a day that we need to lose from our diet. So next, when it comes to your calorie deficit calculation, you can get your calorie need simply by taking your BMR, which is your basal metabolic rate. And that's the amount of energy you need just to stay alive and effectively do nothing. And that's not taking into account the energy required for eating and digestion. So that's effectively you wake up and you do absolutely nothing. We of course have to add on activity levels to that. And for some people who are really keen, they track this on their phones or apps and whatever else, so you may be able to add it onto your BMR. But for most people, the most appropriate way to do this is to go on a website and calculate your total daily energy expenditure need. You can do that on tdeecalculator.net. And you get a number depending on your activity levels for the average you want to maintain for that week. You can obviously adjust this number up and down depending on if you're active one day or if you might be sedentary on another day. So you may want to eat less on the sedentary day and eat a little bit more on your active days, but you want it to average out your calorie need for the week. The next thing is to pick a calorie deficit. And for most people, 500 calories is going to be the most appropriate because it's more sustainable, it's easier to do, and less mentally taxing. For most people, including myself, it's advisable to go with a 500 calorie deficit a day and just give yourself a little bit more time to get to that weight that you want. So hopefully the numbers are in your head and they're not confusing you too much. Apologies if I went through the numbers a little bit too fast. You can let me know in the comments. I'm a maths graduate, so I enjoy numbers and I enjoy explaining them to others. But if I've done a poor job of that or could do a better job of that, just let me know. I hope this video was useful in understanding weight loss calculations. Like I said, we're going to have other videos on the softer side of these things, but this was a video aimed at teaching you the hard skills If you enjoyed this video, I'm going to link some of my others somewhere so you can enjoy.